Hello everybody, welcome to Saturday Python mini project. So today is another series. It's a new one called Python Saturday or Saturday Python, and basically in this series we're going to be creating a lot of mini projects. So this is EP1, and today we're going to be creating a password creator, which basically generates a password. I will show you what it does right now. So pretend we have a password that is pretend how much digits long. We can have like 20 digits long, pretend, and it'll print out 20 digits of uppercase, lowercase, special characters, and numbers of passwords. So this is what it would look like. We can have it to like 8 or something more reasonable, but this is a password creator that you can use. The link to download this notebook will be in the description, so if you want to check it out and follow along with me, then you can do that. So now let's look at our password creator. Let me reload or restart this kernel so we can start off fresh, and let me clear the output too. I'll output clear. Okay, now it should be all clear. I'll delete this. Okay, perfect. So once we have this, let's look at the first one. The first one is the needs. So we need at least 8 characters. So that's the minimum. We need 1 lowercase, 1 uppercase character, 1 special character, and 1 number. So that's like the minimum. Of course we can have more than that, but this is just the minimum things that we need. So once we did that, we need to import the libraries that we're going to be using today. Today we're going to be using random, and that is kind of obvious because passwords need to be kind of random. So import random and import string. Import string is used for a trick I'm about to show you, and it will save you a lot of time if you import this. So import string and import random. After that, define a function that we made called passCreate, or it's short for password creator. And once we did that, passCreate, we have a parameter or a local variable called amount, which is basically how long the password will be. So you can insert like 16, 10, or like 4 into here, and then that's how long it would be. So string lower would be the lowercase strings, and we're gonna be creating each of the lowercase, uppercase, special character, and number into a list. So there's gonna be each list for one. So right now we're gonna create the lowercase list. So here we are. str lower, which is lowercase strings, equals to string right here, import string.ascii underscore lowercase. This will basically call out the whole list of lowercase letters, and it'll print it out in here, which is lowercase equals to list str lower, and this will store every single lowercase letter into our list called lowercase. And then this applies for uppercase too. We have str upper equals to string.ascii underscore uppercase equals to list str underscore upper. So this is just to store the lowercase and uppercase into a list that we can use. So now once we have the lowercase and uppercase, let's move on to the special characters. The special characters equals to underscore and slash. Of course you can have more, like a period or comma or star or whatever, but I'm just gonna do these two because it's the most common for me at least. So yeah, this is just the special characters. It's nothing much. And now let's look at the number characters. So here is the numbers. This time instead of the ABCs, I actually wrote this out because it's not too long. It's just 1 through 9. And yeah, that is our number characters. And now let's move on to a little bit more complicated stuff. So here we want to create the password, right? So we have to meet the minimum first. I need to make sure my head is not blocking it. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at this chunk now. So basically what this will do is it will get the first half of the password, which is all of these needs right here. So it will make sure that all of these needs are met first. So that's the first half: a lowercase, uppercase, special character, and number. So a pick right here, okay, my head's not blocking it. Pick is basically a way of saying here are the numbers you can pick from. Let me get this straight first. So we want a password, right? And so let me go out to a new tab. Let me close all these tabs really quickly. Okay, and let's go into this tab. So I'm going to type a password here, right? So we need at least 1 special character, a number, a lowercase and an uppercase, right? And now what we're trying to do is the first half is going to look somewhat like this, but in order to do that, we need to random the position too, right? So it could be like this, it could be like this. So we just need to random the position of each one, not like in a straight orderly line. Like the first one will be a number, and the second one will be a slash, then a special character, and the other one will be a lowercase, and the other one will be an uppercase. Then every time it changes, it will still be like this, and our password is going to be very easy to hack. So what we want to do is we want to random the positions of each case, and that's what we're going to do for pick. So each of these numbers can either be lowercase, uppercase, special character, or number. And characters here is just to random choose, which will choose from the list randomly. So it will choose a lowercase letter, an uppercase, a special character, and a number. So once we did that, password underscore gen1, this will basically declare a list for us to use later, password generation 1. This is declaring an empty list. After that, we will go into a for loop. For I in range 4, this is basically how much times it's going to repeat. So 4 times var or variable pick equals to string random.choice pick. Basically, this is to random from pick right here, and it will just choose one of the numbers. Then after that, we will do password underscore generation 1 dot append chars int var pick. Okay, so basically this is a little menacing, but what it does is it's going to go into characters, which is this one, and it will basically pick a random one to go first. So pretend it picks like a special character, so it will append that to the first one. So now the first lot of password underscore gen1 is a special character, and then it will once it's done with that, it will pick dot remove var underscore pick. So now it will remove whatever it chose. So pretend it chose special character. Okay, special character's index is 0, 1, 2. It's 2, right? So it will remove 2 from pick right here, and it will remove 2. So now we can't pick a special character anymore. Instead, we have to pick 0, 1, or 3. Okay, and then it'll repeat again, and it'll pick like 3, and then it will go to the numbers. After that, it will pick either 0 or 1, and pretend it picks 1, which is uppercase, and then pick 0, which is lowercase. And now we have the minimum needs that we met. So we met all the needs, and the first half of the password is complete. Now let's look at the second half. So pick 2, this will basically, you can just copy and paste this. You just need to change some bits. So pick 2, we will have our normal stuff, 0, 1, 2, 3. Our password generation 2, this is for the second half of the password. We're just declaring an empty variable. Password 2 is basically password generation 2, except that every time it appends, it will append into password 2. This is because it's kind of different, since this is the rest of the password, so it will keep on going on for the amount that they give. So password 2 equals to brackets. We're declaring an empty list. For I in range amount minus 4, this is amount is what they insert in, right? So pretend they put in 50, minus 4 is to subtract these 4 that already went. Let me drink some water. Minus 4 is to subtract our variable from these 4 over here, and basically we're going to be doing the rest. So amount minus 4 is how much times we're going to be repeating this loop for. And inside this loop, we're going to have characters too. The reason we didn't put this outside as we did for this one is because we're going to have to keep randoming with whether it's a special number or like a lowercase, uppercase, etc. So we're going to keep on random, and every time this code runs, it will get a new character, or it will random a new character for us to use. So we need to use this one. And after that, we'll do var underscore pick 2. This will basically let us basically like use for the same purpose as this one, is to just pick from pick 2 like a random number. And once it does that, password underscore generation 2 will equal to characters 2 int var pick 2. So this means it will pick from this list, which is characters 2. It will pick one thing from this list, and it will delete that choice from pick 2. So now it only has like 3 choices left, and it will keep on doing this until the how you call it, until the criteria or amount is met. So once we did that, we're going to have our final password. So global password will basically declare this as a global variable. Remember that inside of a function, any variable stored that was any variable that was created inside of a function will not be able to use outside of the function because it's a local variable inside of the function. And in order to make it be able to use outside of the function, we need to put global and then the variable name. After that, we will declare password as an empty string. We don't actually need this, of course, but I just put it there. So basically, next we'll just password equals to password underscore generation 1 plus list password 2. So password 2 right now, I wasn't sure what it was, so I made a list in order to be concatenated with password 1. So now once we added those two together, we should have our password. However, right now our password is still in a list form, so we need to make it into a string. I got this piece of code from Geeks for Geeks, although I did modify it a little bit. So list to string, this will basically convert a list to a string. So it's another function which has a parameter of ls. Ls is list string 1 equals to nothing, which is declaring an empty string. For ele in list string 1 plus equals basically string 1 equals to string 1 plus ele, and return string 1, which will basically print out our string, and it'll just make it into a list. And now if we were to try to run it, there we go, our password is a string ready for us to use. We can set this to how much we want, like 100 even, and it will be all random. There is going to be some that are the same thing together because it's of course it's limited. I can't find one yet, so it's actually pretty good, since there's none that are like the same thing next to each other, unless it's like these special characters. But yeah, that is how to create a password creator in Python. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the first episode of Saturday Python, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.